and just remind us where we left off at the end of the last game.
So we begin after all that big conversation at the Lord's Palace, and we are immediately asked to leave. This kind of scares us a little bit because we have to survive a whole day with Kalen's band out there. We turn to go back, and Keck reminds us to go get the platinum rings. It turns out we want to get 6 rings, and this is going to be 300 gold pieces, so Keck coughs all that up. But he can only activate the spell on one of us at a time. Now, we notice that we are being followed by Kalen and are being anticipated by Kalen, who hands us a letter from Lady Lucille Augustine before kind of disappearing himself. You think yourselves free. You are not. Your names wrought on every watch list. Your likeness stained parchment across Greyhaven. You are prey, but prey can be protected. I can lift the weight from your shoulders with a stroke of ink. The bounty vanishes. The law looks away. The hunters turn their eyes elsewhere. And in its place, you will bear only a single debt to me. The service I will require is not for today, nor tomorrow. It will come as the tide comes, inevitable and without appeal. Keep this letter, for it is the only mercy you will be offered. Signed, XOXO Lady Lucille Augustine. We head down to the Molten Hall, where Balric hands us a Thunderbus and has invented a new way for us to get ourselves killed. He wants us to do a test run first. Romok, Twin Edge, and Lachlan all take a go. Mr. Dwarf is clearly very biased as to who he wants to have it, and currently Lachlan, I think, is physically holding it, but probably Romok will end up taking it. And here are the stats, but they're also the last thing posted in here, so yep, that's what I got.
So you then made your way back through the city and made your way towards the Roost. So I can recap that whole bit for you again if you'd like. So you're led through a narrow corridor. You have torches which are carved stone wall. At the end, heavy iron banded door creaks open. And immediately you feel the air change. And the scent first. You got the scent of straw, the musk, and the sharp tang of the mountain winds. So stepping through, you find yourself standing on this broad stone ledge, mountain walls at your back, and a sheer drop into the clouds just beyond. The dwarves have seemingly carved this place directly into the rock of the rock face of the mountain itself. So there's this half circle of alcoves and dens, each piled with straw and bone, thick chains hammered into the stone. And then you see them in all of these stalls, the griffins. There's these great bodies which shift and stretch, these claws scratching at the rock, wings of whites and golds, plumage, which are feathers rustling. See their eyes very sharp, predatory, fixing on you all as you walk in. Just take your presence, assess before they cream and some low ground. Above you, these wooden beams and platforms crisscross the chamber, rope ladders, winches dangling from them. The whole place is just feeling alive with sounds of nature, piercing cries of the griffins, the scrape of the talons, the rush of the wind. And then you see also there amongst the beasts, it's a dwarf. He has this patchy beard, ragged in places, almost as though it's been pecked away a little bit by some impatient beaks. One arm ends midway down the forearm in a polished iron hook, ropes looped around it. He moves between the griffins without fear, the way only someone who has long since earned their respect could. And beside him, a younger, burly dwarven girl hurries to keep up, her plaited hair bouncing as she carries a bucket of feed almost as big as she is. She looks up at you, but the other dwarf only squints, scratching at his beard before giving you a short nod. He moves up. You see he is still squinting. Well, by the looks of you, you'll be the bunch taken up with the Lord's lads. Elder Varica Stone Cool let me know that you'd be on your way. Well, you don't look too hardy to me, but I suppose it takes all sorts, I reckon. But anyway, they must have been impressed by you to give you such a task as it is. And you see he just sort of hobbles over to you all, squinting out of that one good eye. Well, best let me introduce myself. I's Gwert. And this here, and he turns and nods behind him at the burly dwarf with the dwarven girl with the plaited hair. This is me daughter, Gleamer. Now, we care for the griffins here, and we have done for some time now. He gestures wildly around this rocky outcropping, taking in all the stalls over the several levels. He just takes another moment just to look you all up and down. So, how many of you have actually been astride a great beast before?
Well, not at all. Really, not by choice.
Unless you count picked up and shaken by one.
Yes.
Oh, that might be closer than you think with these. Well, see, these creatures will not be too kindly to you if you don't treat them right. And I can say that from experience. And he holds up his hooked hand. If you don't make a good bond with them, they can teach you who's really in charge, right sharpish. Now, I understand time ain't really a great luxury to use all today. So we're going to have a little crash course in animal handling. Otherwise, you're more likely to be broken-bodied after a long fall or the next meal for one of these lot. And he sort of wheels round, and as he does, he spits on the floor as he makes towards the nearest griffin stall. The large beast that was laying in that stall then sort of stands up as he approaches, and Gwert grabs a box from a low table as he's passing by and pulls a small dead furry creature of some sort from it. And holding it up, he slows his approach, holding up his hook, and he starts to edge closer. And he says, steady now, Dermir, steady. And the griffin, now fully stood up, ruffles its feathers out, making itself look larger, more imposing. His head lowered slightly and his eyes fixed on Gwert. Gwert stops advancing, holds his ground. Steady now. After a moment of the standoff, the griffin's feathers fall back in place and tilts its head. Gwert takes a few more steps closer and tosses the dead animal up in the air, and the griffin leaps forward, catching the treat in the air. Chains around its back leg clank as they reach their limit. Gwert steps in next to the griffin, pats its head, strokes its feathered neck. Gleamer quickly moves in from the side, holding a large, robust-looking, high-backed saddle. And together they throw it over the back of the griffin and fasten it tight. Stepping away from the griffin a little bit, he now starts to walk back towards you all. Now, what we have here is one of our Snowy Peak griffins. Marvellous animal, if I do say so myself. They are as beautiful as they are dead. And normally, I'd spend a lot of time with a new rider to teach him how to saddle and to control the beast. It takes time for the two of you to make a good bond. But we have what we have, it seems. So, if you pick out one of the griffins and do your best to make an initial bond, well, you see, they're going to respond to many an approach, but the best results normally come if they feel you've presented them with respect and genuine intent. And he takes a step back. So, as you see, we've got a lot here. Find one you feel you may like the look of and make your approach. We have some feast here for them if you want. And he gestures to this little table where he picked up the small furry animal. You can see there are other boxes which have a few other dead creatures in, quite a few in there. You give them that offering after you make your initial approach, and we'll take it from there. So he's now moved back, allowing you to take in all of the stalls in front of you. Now you see that there are just lines of these stalls, these dens, in these cut into the mountainside here, edged in wood. Each one has an individual griffin in it. There looks like there might be about 20 that you can see right here. They all vary in sort of slight differences in colours. They are generally all this sort of whitish colour, but they have like the tips of their wings and some of the feathers on the neck are different colours. You have some which have got patches of black and grey streaked across their head. Some eyes which are just completely blacked out. But it's for you now to take in these griffins and see if you can find one which appeals to each of you. So how would you like to approach this, guys?
Did he say his name was Gwert?
I will put this up for you. His name is Gwert. Hang on. Gwert.
Okay, I was right. Cool.
Right.
Her name is this one.
I'll go up to Gwert and say, hello, mate. Well, I'm not really too good with animals and as such. Do you have one which is maybe a bit more friendly? Not gonna bite my hand off.
Well, if I'm honest with you, they could all take your hand off, mate. But let's have a look here. And he walks you down the stalls a little way. And we have here Cragmore. And maybe this one might be a little bit more peaceful. You see that there is this slightly blue tinted griffin. It's all white in general over its feathers, but the very tips of its feathers on its wings look like they have this slight blue tint going through them. It's got a sort of a light blue streak going across its head and down its back, all the way to its tail feather.
What was his name?
Cragmore.
Cragmore. Cool.
After that.
Okay.
I have names for every single one of these guys.
I'm sure. So what do I do? Just grab a bit of meat and play nice?
You can approach it however you want. But yes, when you feel you may have made a sufficient bond with it, initial connection, offer it the meat and approach, stroke it, and as long as it doesn't take your face off, you'll be all right. So basically, you can choose however you want to try and make a connection with this this griffin. Let me just see here a second. So I can give you some examples. You can show it a calm and respectful approach. Could offer it a strength or bravery, songs and stories. You could do a more insightful approach, or you can just literally just offer it food. Each one of those will have a different skill check associated.
Yeah, I'll get a piece of food and then I'll kind of like slowly go up to it and try and be nice and like calm it with my voice. Be like, hello. Nice.
So
Nice, Cragmore.
what I'm going to need you to do is to roll either a sleight of hand or a nature check. And you're going to need to beat a DC of 12.
Alright, we'll do nature. Oh dear, there goes my hand.
Oh,
Can I use my bountiful luck reaction?
Okay,
So he
what's
can re-roll the nat one.
Mercifully.
okay. Reroll.
It's like about to bite my hand off. You say my name, and I pull it back and turn away. Just as about to do it.
Go for it.
Huh?
Exactly
Oh,
that. You're moving
right.
a little bit too swiftly, and you maybe have taken this approach and judged this creature too a little wrong, and you get too close, and suddenly it lurches forward, snapping you in your direction, and you pull back suddenly with the meat. Roll again.
Cheers, Jasper. Okay, there we go. Good lad. See,
So
I'm dwarf, like your friend.
it snaps the meat from your hand, but also it seems to have judged your approach has been quite genuine, and it's surprisingly delicate the way it takes it from your hand, even though it was a bit of a snap. It starts to eat the food. Go out behind you, goes, get in there. And he's gesturing, remember, stroke, make the contact.
Yes, and I'll raise my hand and just kind of come down the side of its head.
Mm-hmm. As you do that, you can feel it sort of tense up from its feathers, sort of bustling out slightly. And then they calm down. And as that happens, Gwert moves with a saddle, puts it up on top, and he fastens it up. Right, you stay here, and you continue to make genuine bond with this creature. And he moves over to the next one of the party. So who's going to go next? If you want, I'll throw up these options. I'll throw up these options so everyone can see. You've got.
I'll go next.
Calm and respect is one. Bravery. Song. Story. Right. The last. If you have another option you want to do as well, other than these, by all means, try it, and we can work out how we'll go through that. So, who is it? Did you say it was Twin next?
Yeah, I'll go next. I'll do the strong and bravery approach.
Okay. How do you approach? What do you do? Show that.
So I'll probably just walk slowly up towards it with like a peaceful gesture.
Okay. So, with the show of strength and bravery, if you can roll either an athletics or an intimidation check, DC of 15 to beat.
Athletics or intimidation. Okay, they're both +4, so let's go. I might have something that I can re-roll it with.
You have Indomitable Spirit that allows. Oh no, I think that's just saving throws.
There you go. You can re-roll a saving throw that you fail. You must use a new roll.
Yeah, it's not a saving throw.
So on your first approach here, you've moved up to this griffin, and you are being not really, I would say, intimidating. You're trying to be calm more than anything. Um, but the griffins seem to respect dominance, bold stances, and it's immediately feathers ruffled. And this one is pure white. There doesn't seem to be a spot of other color anywhere on it, except on its feet, which are this very bright yellow. It's kind of like almost chicken feet, a little bit. Um, uh, so yeah, unfortunately, it rears up a bit, and you see it launches itself up high onto its back legs, and its front paws raise up, and its feathers all buckled out.
No, as
Work
it
move.
does that, do an intimidation and be like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay. Roll intimidation check. DC 15. Okay.
Oh,
As you do that, the beast sort of stays up on its back legs for a moment before dropping down. Hear the claws slam into the ground. Heavy thud. This is a slightly bigger griffin than the one Locke was on. And you can just hear the talon just scraping through the stone. It shakes its head as you approach. Its feathers ruffle out for a moment and then they sink back in. Its head drops a little bit. Gwert nudges you and gives you an affirmative nod, and he gestures you for the food.
okay. I'll go pick up some food then.
Mm-hmm. With the food in your hand, you take it to the griffin. And how do you give that to the griffin?
I'll probably attempt to like my hand on its head and then put my other hand like in front of its mouth to take the food out of my hand.
So, griffin takes it gently out of your hand, starts to eat it away. Your hand just rested on the feathers. You feel the warmth of its body and the smoothness of these feathers as you come down. Gwert comes in behind you. Good lad, good. And him and his daughter both saddle the griffin up for you. Yours is this pure white, quite large one with yellow feet. He says to you, this one here goes by the name Fraka, Frakka.
Okay. Cool.
Right. Do well, lad. Do well. Right. And he moves back out to the next person. Who's going to go next?
I'll step up next.
Yeah.
As I'll do, I'll sort of pat Romock on the back, like, try not to lose your hand in a minute, chap. And I'll give him bardic inspiration for his turn.
Nice. Is there anything you're looking for in particular with these griffins? There's a few sort of different sizes, and they're roughly the same sort, and there's all these different colours as well. So,
I'm going to go to Gwert. I'm going to say, so, Gwert, which one would you say is your most stubborn beast?
that would be Grelmar. And he points over to this sort of greyish one. So largely white, but then half of its feathers on its wing are grey, and its tail feathers are all totally greyed out. Its eyes have this sort of black outline almost around them, or it peeks out in some very long feathers which come off the side. And it immediately you can see that this one is a lot more stubborn and bull-headed. It is standing there and it's just padding the ground, and its talons are just digging right into the rock, and you can just see it is just menacing, a lot more menacing looking.
So I will approach, and I will put out my pipes.
Yeah.
And so like they've always said that music can soothe the savage beast, so let's give it a try. See what you like, and I'll start playing. I'll start with like a calming melody and see how he responds to that.
Okay. If you can make a performance roll for them, please. DC 14. I don't know if you've got any advantage since it's musical for you.
I mean, I've got my isn't I don't know. I've got plus 12, so I'll just roll the dice and trust.
So you have a DC 14 to be 18. So you start to release the chords of playing it through, and the griffin sort of softens a little bit almost. Its eyes suddenly not as menacingly staring directly at you. They're still fixed on you, but it just softens a little bit. Griffin leans a bit closer, almost curious. It gets close enough to you where it actually nudges you slightly. Gwert moves in behind you and passes just under your arm one of the dead animals.
So take it from Gwert. Yeah, you're not so bad, are you, boy? Yeah, you've earned this one.
Yeah. So
I'll just give him a little stroke on the neck as he takes the food, hopefully.
does take the food, and you stroke its neck. It's quite high up for you. It's quite a for you. This is a big beast, but as you make that connection, Wirt and Wilma move in, and Gleamer, sorry, move in, and they harness up a slightly smaller looking saddle for you. Next, who's up next?
Yeah, I think Romok will step forward, feeling the surge of energy from the bardic inspiration, and start looking for a strong yet subtle beast, I think.
Oh, okay.
So something that radiates kind of a strength, but there's a kind of, I don't know, something that looks a little bit like, not the run of the litter, but might be a little bit more of a lone beast.
Okay. So you go back and forward in front of the and one on the very far end, you find a slightly smaller one. I say smaller; these are big. It looks like has a slight tint of yellow to it. This one, Gwen moves up behind you. Yes, this one is Bortha. A little gentler, but it'll do any rider proud.
Excellent. And what's its temperament? How would you approach?
Now that is up to you.
I see.
That's come from a place dear to you in your heart. Make a good, firm connection that it feels to be genuine.
My father raised animals. None like this, that's for sure. He always told me, treat animals with respect, a firm yet gentle hand, and I will take a kind of strong yet respectful approach. Understand that these are menacing, maybe majestic beasts, but I want to show a sign of strength, so I will kind of puff up, but Harry Potter it and kind of bow a little bit low, and then go up to kind of full height and just take slow but strong strides forward towards it, just holding out meat for it to take.
Then you can either roll an animal handling or an intimidation check.
Or what? Sorry, intimidation.
Intimidation. So intimidation, go for DC 15 for the animal handling. You'll want a DC. Actually, it'll be 15 for both, I'll say.
Okay. I'll go with the intimidation. I want it to, as much as I'm giving it respect, I'm trying to command respect as well. 26.
As you move in, the griffin almost steps back a little bit, moving back towards the wall it's against. It lowers its head, allowing you to move into touch.
Okay, at which point I will drop, as it lowers its head, Rommel will kind of drop to a knee and kind of hold his position and let the griffin come to him.
Okay. Just roll something here. Okay, as you do that, the griffin stays where it is. It doesn't move forward.
Okay. At which point Rommel will shuffle forward and just start whispering, "It's okay. It's okay. You and I see you. You're a loner. Yet there's something within you. Am I right? Come now. It's right here. Take it."
Okay. Check. This time, the griffin moves forward a few steps until the top and front of its beak sort of moves close enough for you to put your hand against it.
You look after me, and I'll look after you. Deal?
And it doesn't respond in any particular way. It lets out a slight little screech, but it almost sounds like it's expected something. And it nudges your hand forwards a bit forcefully.
I reach out with my other hand. I kind of just cup its face and just put the meat right under its beak.
Okay.
Eat now.
It takes it from you, and a little sort of snap and a twist of its head, and it pulls it out from your hands, starts to eat it. The dwarves move in, saddle up. The dwarf gives you a reassuring pat on the back. Good, good, good. And he moves back out. Is there only one person? No, a couple left. Who's next?
I mean, Kex is kind of studying as much as he can because he's a bit scared of these birds in the way. He's going to like turn timidly to Hezekiah and go, Hezekiah, would you like to go next?
Why not? Hezekiah looks for one which is maybe a bit older, has a bit of a serene, maybe bored kind of expression.
Okay. The majority of them all seem to be standing up in the stalls. You do see one that is still laying down, but it's clawed, taloned feet over like that, and just watching. It's got a slight multicolored aspect to its colorations through its feathers. So it's a little bit sort of brown at the neck, so it's light brown, and also at the cuffs of its feet, the feathers of the cuffs are slightly brown. But then along its back, it's more of this sort of orangey color. Work board. This one is Vorthak.
Vorthak. Okay. I'm going to try the insightful approach. Would this be animal handling, perhaps?
So insightful approach. Now we can either roll an insight or an animal handling.
All right.
So if you want, you can do an insight first with DC 13, and if you're successful, we can then do a
Nope.
slightly lower.
I was not successful with the insight, so I just roll a kind of flat animal handling, I guess.
It's going to be animal handling, yeah. DC 14. Okay.
I got a 13.
Okay, so you're misreading all the sort of cues the animal is giving off at the moment. It feels like. So Gwert just moves forward and just puts his hand on your chest for a moment. Says, "Give it a moment. A moment." So how might you approach it a slightly different way? You can do the same thing. What would you do?
You might just try the animal handling again. I assume it'll be a little bit harder this time, but
It will be.
Yes.
An extra 2 on top of that.
Oh, fantastic! Hey, Jasper.
So
Please help me.
Did a bit from my bonding time with Grandma. I'll look up and see Hezekiah possibly about to get clawed or you annoying his beast, doing whatever he's doing. I'm like, Hezekiah, you're supposed to be good with animals, remember? And I will let him re-roll the one with my bountiful luck.
but DC 16 on this particular one.
Okay. Right. Okay, let's go. Oh, are you kidding me?
I
So
can't help with that one.
okay, what exactly were you trying to do on this approach?
What was I attempting to do? So I don't know if this is like distinct from the using some meat to approach, but if I was allowed to, bring them some food, there would be something like feeding them and then, scratching behind the ears, that kind of thing.
Okay, so as you are moving in a bit close, roll something now. Okay. Right. You move in, and being a druid, you feel like you have this connection with animals in general. You've never normally had issue making these connections. That may be why on this animal, which you're actually unfamiliar with, you thought it might actually act like some of the other animals you've been with, and you felt a little bit overfamiliar and got a little too close. And in that time, the griffin backed up, stood up, and lurched forward with a claw and swiped across and tearing down your hand, which was holding them. We're going to take some damage from that.
Mm-hmm.
You will take.
So no, like dex save or anything of that sort.
You can roll. You can roll a dex save. I'll let you do this. See if you can pull back your hand in time. So just beat a DC 15. Yeah. Okay. You pull back just in time, and you only take a slight scratch off it rather than the full ripping talon down your hand. So you take 6 points of slashing damage. You drop the food. Griffin moves in and starts grabbing it. Stuart moves forward, grabs onto the back of you and pulls you back. Just, whoa, this one is not good. I suggest you try a different one. And he looks down at hand, which is bleeding. And he goes, Gleamer. She comes over. And she puts her hand over towards your hand, and you see a slight glow between her hand and yours, and you just you heal 6 points.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
that was the older, wiser one. Let me try a younger one then. Maybe a younger, energetic type.
So you look around, and you see one which has got a little bit of red plumage around the neck. This one is this is Borg.
Okay. Now, maybe I should try a different approach. I remember the approaches being the kind of brave and type of one, the wise and insightful one. What were the other three? Or
So
sorry, did you?
you've got calm and respectful. You've got strength or bravery. You've got songs and stories, insightful approach, or offerings of food.
Okay.
But there
Being
are,
one-
you
I'm
can
gonna
approach however you want, and we can do it however you want. So it's
quickly call out that Hezekiah. Come on, you should have this by now. Like, get this sorted. You need to bond with them, and he can have a bardic inspiration.
Okay. I'll try a little bit more. I don't know, something like energetic and playful kind of attitude with this one. I don't know how that fits into anything. I mean, would it still kind of be animal handling? Or
yeah. I think for that, if you're going in like that, I'd say animal would
Okay.
need to be animal. Say
Okay. Do you want me to do an
and-
insight
and
thing again?
energetic and playful. I would say it's going to be a slightly higher roll because they are
Mhm.
not. So if you want to do that, we'd be looking at animal handling DC 16.
Right. So I guess would an insight check kind of, because this time I went for a younger one, right? Is it like a playful kind of young one? Is it a bit of a runt kind of young one, like feisty and so like an
one-
insight check? Would there be any play to that?
This one does look like, compared to the other one, which looked more sedate. This one is up on its legs, and it is diligently watching you. Its head slightly twisting back and forward. Its eyes completely focused on you. It looks younger. It's more, well, obviously looking quite mean.
Uh-huh. What is the dice on the Bardic Inspiration now? It's a D8.
D8 at the moment. I've got one more level before the D10.
Okay, nice. Okay.
Animal handling 6.
Yep. Let's do animal handling. It is plus the Bardic Inspiration. So D.
Don't get
Okay, so that's a 21. Thank you very much.
So as you approach, the griffin takes a step forward as well as you start to move forward and keeping its eyes on you, and you start to almost mimic its movements as it's as it's watching you and assessing you, and eventually just lowers its head slightly, bends its legs, dropping itself down ever so, its wings tucked in.
Sorry, what do you cut out for me for a bit there?
So it's lowered itself down ever so slightly, bent its head down, and tucked its positive sign.
All right. At this point, I look to Glima and Gort for encouragement to step further, closer to it.
And they gesture you forward, nodding
Yeah.
with encouragement.
So I move closer and kind of like I don't know, try to scratch the shoulder area between the wings. I assume that's where the wings are. Wait, hold on. Remind me. Griffins, they have like 4 arms, right? Yeah, and then so they have 6 limbs, kind of. Okay. Right.
Hang on. No, they've got 4. They've got 4 limbs altogether. 2 front, 2 back.
But they also have 2 wings, or are the front ones the wings?
Oh, sorry, you're counting wings as limbs as well. Sorry, yes. So yes, 6
Yeah.
altogether.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess the place between the wings is like where they would have the hardest time scratching. So I'll, give it a nice little scratch there.
As you do, it bustles to the side and sort of bumps you over a bit. Gwert quickly gestures to you for the food.
Okay. I will quickly grab some food and present it before it on the ground and back away from the food.
Gwert moves towards us. Keep contact. Keep contact.
Okay.
As the food begins, starts to eat the food. You move back and you put your hand on the griffin once more. Gwert and Gleamer move in and saddle up.
Did everyone else kind of like mount at this point, or just like the saddle's on and that's it?
He's not giving you any other instructions as yet.
Okay.
So you can,
We're just
try and mount
bonding.
up if you want to. Yeah.
Sorry, what did someone say?
So we're just bonding.
Yeah, just bonding at this point. Okay.
Me and Crackmore
Okay. I mean, yeah. Well,
learned how to
while
do
this.
a special handshake.
While they saddle, I guess I just kind of keep scratching while what's it? Vorgra is eating.
Okay. And over to you then, Brother Kick.
Okay.
It's up to you.
So,
Are you ready?
yeah, can you hear me? Yeah. So, Keck being very perceptive and very insightful, 18 passives to both, been watching everyone else interacting with the different griffins and then seeing Hezekiah have that failure with Borthrak. Would Keck have some kind of insights in, like you said, like Hezekiah overplayed his hand a bit with Borthrak, and kind of Keck see some pointers, maybe how he would have spotted where things might have gone wrong, sort of thing.
So, are you trying to focus specifically on that griffin?
Yeah, I think that's where, if obviously when watching Hezekiah, there was some kind of like indication of what he saw with his insight. I
So roll
go towards
an
Borthrak.
insight.
Is this for the actual bonding? Because
If you
We're just
want to
doing
try
this-
and bond with it, or are you for just a kind of insight?
this is just for general, if I picked up anything when
Just
his
yeah.
just checking.
Yeah. Roll an insight in general. Then. You rolled a 15. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You could see that his approach was totally wrong. The way he went about it, his own familiarity with the beast. These are bold and fearsome creatures. They respect dominance. They respect power, and they prefer a genuine connection. And if they don't have that, they will lash out.
But like kind of seeing that with that particular one with Borthak, could Keck in a way feel a bit more confident in seeing that, perhaps? And
You feel like you have assessed that particular griffin and know that you can't treat it that way. So you would know you'd have to be a bit more different in your approach. So yes, you would be more confident, and you could have I'll give you a slight 1 point advantage on a DC roll on that one. I'll go for the same one.
okay, so Keck's gonna first just put his shit on the ground, no shield, no nothing, just in his robe. Say a little prayer to himself and put guidance on himself. and
Okay.
take a piece of meat. Then we'll kind of cautiously approaching, but being kind of watching the griffin in its actions, not going too close if it's starting to get a bit frustrated, only kind of moving when it's agreeable.
So roll an animal handling for me then. DC 12.
I have a D4 as well, but I'm not going to need it anyway.
Actually, no, it would have been 13, actually.
I'll do a D4 then. Hang on. Oh, there's going to be a 1 at least anyway, so it's
Yeah,
guaranteed.
you'd be fine. There you go. Okay, so this time you notice that it seems more favourable to your approach and the more slow movements as you gain that slight advance towards it. And its feathers, which were already ruffled from his previous encounter with Hezekiah, drop back a little bit. It was stood up, but it starts to drop back down again, crossing its clawed talons over on each other once more.
Okay, again, just kind of seeing it a bit more relaxed, cautiously approach with, again, the meat towards its beak, coming alongside it, and slowly put my hand down its neck, along the feathers.
Okay. It takes the food from you and just starts to eat it as you keep your hand. Beamer and Gwert move in, settle up, and Gwert looks at you and goes, "Oh, you're full of surprises. Would not have pegged you to have gone for this one."
Well, Hex is kind of like hyperventilating, going.
Gwert steps back in front of all of you now during the pens, strokes his beard and grinning through the gaps in his teeth. Oh, not bad at all. They've taken to you better than I thought they would. But just remember, you don't command a griffin. You ask. If you're lucky, it'll listen. He beams again proudly. Gleamer moves in and she starts to unbuckle the chains off the legs of all the griffins. And all the griffins start to edge out onto the rocky platform in front. Gwert spits onto the stone floor. One good hand tightening the rope which is looped around the hook on his stomach. His patchy beard twitching. Beginnings of another grin. The eyes each of you. He gestures for you all. If you'd like to just climb up. Each of you can start to make your way up onto the griffins.
I hate to ask, do you have a stool to make this a bit easier?
He looks over to you with a little chuckle, and Gleamer pulls a rope over which is on a winch above, lowers it down to you. Hold on to that, she says. You grab hold of it, and she moves back and jumps up onto a barrel and then onto a box and leaps forward onto another rope. And as she does, she grabs onto it and pulls it down, and you feel the rope pull you up.
Whoa. Okay. That will do it.
So you're all now sat on top of a griffin. The waiting griffin's restless feathers are rustling, and you hear the sharp beaks snapping.
Is the two people we're escorting here as well, or are they?
Nope, it's
Right.
just you.
Okay, cool.
Right then. It's voice sort of rumbling through the expanse now. Time's come. Each of you have picked your beast. You looked him in the eye. You sat your ass in their saddle. Now, I suggest you pray to whichever god you trust that you can keep hold. The griffins all shift underneath you. You can feel their powerful muscles beneath the feathers and their wings arching and flexing, just sort of testing the air as it's moving through. Who do we? You can see all of their eyes, their golden eyes, just flicking back at you. There's sort of this mix of suspicion and challenge in their eyes. You feel like the reins are tight in your hand, and you watch as Gwert limps past you all with a little crooked smile on his face. Well, I see you're all well versed in sitting on your asses. Well, now's the time to see how your nerve holds with a little wind in your face. And with a grunt, he slaps the flank of the nearest, and the beast screeches this wild, piercing cry as it rears up, and its wings snap out with a thunder of feathers. Before you can even ready yourselves, the griffins all surge forward in a burst of muscle and fury. You feel the world lurching beneath you. The stone of the roost falls away underneath your feet, and is suddenly the open sky is in front of you. But the griffins don't take flight. They drop and just dive. Their talons tuck up. The wind slams into your face with enough force to take the breath out of your chest. And the saddles pitch and tilt. And obviously, without their hide backs, you would already be tumbling helplessly towards the jagged rocks far below. And then, with a roar of air and feathers, the griffins beat their wings. One great powerful stroke, and another, and you'll feel lifted up, dragged upwards into the blue sky. Suddenly, you're all flying.
Oh my god! Can I
The whisper,
try and spot
yeah.
Keck as we're doing it? I want to see if he is getting flashbacks or not.
You look around and you try and spot Keck. First, give me an insight to see if you can spot him.
Insight or perception?
Sorry, not insight, perception. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus!
You look around, and all you can see at the moment is the wind is slamming into your face. Your eyes are feeling dry and watery at the same time. You look around, and you can just see feathers around you right now. Then you see a shape of a griffin sort of sail past you over here. Another one curves over here. You can't see the rider, so you can't tell exactly who they are. But Keck, how are you feeling on yours at the moment?
I imagine like everyone else, absolutely shitting himself, but it's more the fear of something above him swooping down and attacking him, such as these beasts. So kind of being on this thing and flying it, it's probably a mixed bag at the minute. And if this goes well, he'll be fine, I think, on them. But he'll still be afraid of anything swooping in from above. The awkward lip bite then, Woody, tells me you might have something planned that's going to kind of sweep us off these things at some point.
Not at all. As you take to the air, the whisper cap stretch below like the spine of the world itself. Jagged peaks are rising up like the teeth of a buried giant. Snow gleaming in the hollows and the ridges. Glaciers glitter in pale blues. You see the glint of rivers cutting silver threads through the valleys. Clouds just circling the tops of the higher faces, curling and spilling over the peaks. The griffins screech screech in unison, their cries echoing against the mountains, announcing their dominance over the skies. They start to wheel and dive, testing your grip. Everyone, if you could just roll me a dexterity check, dexterity save, please, to see how you're handling.
I rolled 2 natural ones tonight, so.
Can I say that I'm flying close to Jasper at this point, please?
Bye bye, Robert.
You gotta be with I mean, I need to focus on my own thing. I only got 11.
So, as
That's so true to form, for God's sake.
birds start to tilt, roll, dive, and swoop all over the place, you feel them just almost following the contours of the and going up and down in every which way. And as this is happening, you all somehow manage to hold on to these reins, holding on tight. You can feel your back is being pushed into the back of these saddles. Romov, you, however, how do we approach this? Okay.
Ew! Red mist. It's Falcor all over again.
Does anyone know enlarge?
You feel
Put him on the
yourself
floor and
start
panicked.
to tilt to the side. You try and hook your foot into something like a stirrup or anything that might be down there to hold your balance a bit better, but there's nothing there. You just feel yourself slide off the side a little bit, but you hold on. And as you do, you feel 3 of your javelins just curl themselves out of your backpack and just drop and fall. How many javelins did you actually have?
I think I had. Let's have a look. It says 3. Yeah, 3. I think I've recovered each of them each time.
Lost all of your javelins.
Bye bye.
No.
Who had the gun? Was it Locke?
Twin.
Locke's got it.
Was-
I thought
Did
it was
he?
Locke. I don't think he passed off it.
Oh, okay. Got that.
I was going to say, if Romok took it in the end, we probably lost that as well.
Well, in your walk here, did anyone take the weapon from Locke, or was it offered to anyone?
I certainly didn't want it. No.
At this point, say splattered Griffin everywhere at this rate.
No, I guess I've still got it. I mean, it's in my inventory, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't have took it if I wasn't.
So the weapon
you just have
itself
to not drop surfing.
the weapon itself then has got a strap which you've got across your chest, so it's sitting on your side essentially, hanging off a strap across your shoulder.
In relation to the Seraphine body thing earlier, did we determine if Romok still had the body with him?
Romok has got the body, I'm going to have to say, strapped to his back, I must say.
Mhm.
We're not going to lose that suddenly.
Well, let's see how it goes for you. Where were we? You can feel the wind biting at you. It's very cold, very sharp. You can feel it as it's just smashing past your face. It's just whipping tears from your eyes, tugging at your clothing, your cloaks, and your hair. And every tilt of their wings makes the horizon shift violently. Stone, sky, and clouds are just ripping past you. You see, as you pass low over a valley, a herd of shaggy white mountain goats scatter across the cliffside, startled by the shadows of your passing. And then you start to move higher still. A lonely spire juts up into the clouds, its peaks crowned with these puffy up clouds. and all you just hear is just the roar of the wind. You feel the power of those wings, and just the endless sprawl of stone and sky. How are you all feeling?
Lucky to be alive.
We're exhilarated, but also.
I'd rather be on
Yeah.
a boat.
I wouldn't go that far.
I've had my feet on solid ground.
Personally, Jasper would be loving it because he's high. He's up high.
Mhm.
He's always so low to the ground. Like he's always wanting to be bigger, and this is giving him a chance to be higher up.
Nice to get this kind of view without having to, flap your own wings. So, I mean, I've only flown like 3 times before, right? So this is still awesome. Doubt it ever stops being awesome.
You all feel that cold wind lashing your face as those griffins beat their wings, soaring high above the jagged spines of the whisper. The sky just today, very little cloud cover. The sky feels endless. Vault of blue, a little bit of clouds at the tops of the mountains, stretching out beneath you like an ocean of stone and snow once again. You do feel that.
Yes.
Go on.
Sorry.
You do.
I was just wondering if we had forgotten the princes. I mean, maybe this is just a test fly, and we're just going back to there, or how are they coming with us?
Morning is still the same day.
Right.
You hear a sudden screech as a very white griffin with the slight
Oh, they've got posh griffins.
blue flecks of tips on the wings and the tail and the cuffs of the feet. Gwert sails into sight just above you, looks back. How you doing, great lads? Mighty fine job. One thing. Now you're up here. Below you, somewhere, you may spot a flag. Red flag. If any of you can return it to me, a special reward you will find. And he sails back, and you watch him break and cater back, and he just disappears off towards the tallest peak, which you recognize as the peak around where Herdogos. And speaking of which, you do see Herdogos below you, the small circle wall and the entrance. Almost hard to miss if you weren't looking for it, as it's snow covered, but it is definitely there. The beasts curl around and start to sail down a cliff face, going faster and faster, and you feel yourselves holding on tighter and tighter to the reins and to the saddle. You feel the back guard, the back of the saddle just really pressing into your back. The griffins suddenly curl up out of this dive down the mountainside and start to soar and glide. Passing across this sort of open plain, snow, rock and tree. And then a sound cuts through, shrill, piercing cry. But it's not a griffin's cry. It seems different, seems slightly wrong, feral. And you look from the cliffs below, you see shadows stirring. leaning. Twisted shapes crawl over the rocks, claws scraping stone, wings unfurling with ragged feathers. Give me a perception or a nature check, everyone. So, Romok, Quinn, Hezekiah, and Locke, you all look down and you recognize these are creatures you have definitely familiarity. They are known to also be around some areas of Greyhaven, off towards the cliff sides of Battle. These are harpies. And you watch as what looks like half a dozen suddenly take flight, their eyes wild, gleaming, their mouths already open, this dreadful screeching song. Sound begins low, just like a hum, but then it starts to rise. You hear this horrible chorus. It starts to make your head ring a little bit, and your heartbeat just starts to beat stronger and stronger. Almost like a song you're hearing. For a moment, you almost feel like you should let go of your reins. The griffins screech defiance, and they start to bank hard. The horizon lurches, the mountains wheeling one way and the sky another. You cling to your saddles as the talons scrape the air. The beasts dive and twist with fury. We're going to have to just go into a nap here, guys.
Ooh. How are we going to do 3D?
You're about 80 foot up in the air at the moment. I've given you each a griffin here. If you can all please roll, once I get it, initiative.
Is it? Were we flying towards them, or were they kind of catching up from us from behind?
As you were gliding in, you are essentially coming towards them, yes. They've risen up, they're flying up in your direction now. They are about 70 foot up in the air already, and they are closing.
So
See.
we didn't have a chance to pick up our stuff, Raven, did we? He said we put down as we got marched out of the Griffin thing.
What stuff are you talking about?
As I said, I put down all my stuff before I did the bonding.
Oh, you put down all your stuff. Would you like to have put it all back on after you'd finished the bond?
Oh no.
It depends, like where we were kind of with it, where we kind of put straight on the saddles and ushered out. Would there have been any kind of
you
issues
weren't.
had we walked away?
You were left to bond for a moment whilst everyone else connected with theirs, and then the Griffins were marched out before you mounted them. So
Yeah, I would have thought before mounting, I would have probably reacquired my belongings, as there's no need to have that non-threatening appearance anymore.
yeah, you can have all your stuff. Absolutely. Right, let me just roll these.
And yeah, for that perception, I actually got 15 because I was still using guidance while constantly praying to Gar on this back of this griffin. So it was a 15, so I don't know if I'd know anything about the harp. Keck would know anything about the harpies.
15, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have a slight familiarity. Yeah.
Heard stories.
Yeah.
Are harpies a thing of like near the sea as well? Like, yeah.
In Greyhaven, they are off the cliffs of Bastok coast sides.
Yeah, it's taking the ship. Probably heard it on the boat then.
Okay, so first up, we have this one here. So here, it's going to move up to the same height as you and move in close. And it is going to. It's coming in with shrieking song bellowing out from it. So everyone who's humanoid within 300 feet, if you could please succeed on a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, it's just a hearing thing, isn't it? Wait, this is done by hearing, right? If it's what I think it is.
Yes.
Does that mean I
Anybody
get-
close to Romart gets a
Oh.
+3 on that save.
Would I get advantage as I am hard of hearing?
You know what? I'll say
Heck, you
one working ear.
Hey.
DC 11 Wisdom save. Brother Keck.
Matt, you were saying something about to me. I don't know if you're saying I can re-roll or. Are you saying something, Matty, to me? We lost him again.
Where's he gone?
He's gone.
Yeah,
Well-
during all the voices I heard Matty say "get," and then went dead.
If he was trying to, where are you? You are fairly far away from it. What's the distance?
At the moment, it's only Hezekiah, but Hezekiah would get a +3. Not that you need it, actually, looking at it roll.
So you can re-roll that one. I think he would probably would be.
No, it's 30 foot for my that one reroll. That is just too far.
Uh-oh.
Unfortunately, you have lost out on that. So
Yeah.
you are armed.
I mean, it's a natural one, so I can't even do a guidance to kind of get me up to what I need, can I? Because it's instant failure. So, yeah.
So you are now classed as incapacitated. While charmed by the harpy, a target is incapacitated and ignores the songs of the other harpies. If the charmed target is more than 5 feet away from the harpy, then they must move on its turn towards the harpy by the most direct route. You
Would
don't
our
avoid.
griffins have to make checks as well?
They're not humanoid.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing though. If the griffin doesn't want to move, am I going to try and dismount the griffin and?
You are supposed to move towards the harpy.
Maybe you can try to ask it. I don't know.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn. And I'll
Yeah,
throw
but that's what I'm
this.
saying though. Like the griffin isn't going to want to move, but I'm going to have the urge to move. So if this incapacitation is going to cause me to die, does it break?
No.
Okay, I'm just checking because obviously some things like command say if it's going to cause death, it instantly breaks.
No, that is the thing that harpies do. They try and lure their targets to step out into the void and dash themselves on the rocks. That's what harpies do.
Right. So,
So
just reading that though. If I am going to jump off, I can do the save before I do the jump. Instead, if moving into a damaging area, I can make the save before the end of my turn as I'm doing that action.
yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Each time in your go, you get the chance to make that save. Okay, thank you, Hezekiah, for that. I see that. Okay, so as it does that, let's see.
Is there any sort of immunity from it having passed a save, or
It doesn't specify that for me.
Target that successfully saves has
Damn.
24-hour immunity.
Ah, there we go. Target successfully saves immunity. There we go. There we go. So all of you are immune to the Harpy song.
Well, it says to this Harpy song.
Yes, each one.
yeah, still 5 more chances?
So I can color code this for you as well. So this Harpy, which has got Keck, is the red one. Next up, that's all it's going to do on its go. On here, it's going to move in as well, and it's also going to do a shrieking call. You can all make the DC Wisdom save once again, please.
I don't. I get to ignore them all.
Not you. You're currently on.
Mm.
Wisdom, right?
Save, yes. DC
Mine.
11. Yeah,
Right.
DC 11.
Oh, that. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What was the DC?
11.
11.
Ooh.
Thankfully, I got to re-roll my that one, so I got 15. Keck again, Twin again. You're too far away, man.
We haven't had a chance to move.
You have not, no. And
I'm
that's
just about
all.
to measure.
It's almost like did it on purpose.
The Harpy has moved in the same height as you as well. These two, the blue and the red, are the same as you. Okay, so then we move on to who's this one? Locke. I guess that's you. Locke.
Can I? Obviously, I know harpies from boats' tales, wives' tales, and fishermen stuff. Can I see that Keck is under song, or no?
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Okay. Hang on. It's not letting me roll. There we go. 13?
You glance around and you can see Twin. Was it just Twin you were trying to look, or both of them? Sorry.
I guess Keck, right? He's closest.
Yeah, you can see that Keck. He seems to go sort of limp on top of the griffin for a moment. His arms to his side slightly. You see, Twin is also acting the same way.
Do I have any idea how to snap him out of it? Can I like buzz them on the griffin?
Roll a nature check. You have heard tale of harpies. Sailors used to talk about them as getting close to cliff side. They would normally try and call sailors to jump ship, where they would then pick them off as they drown in the water. You realise, thinking back, you can stop the singing, but it requires the harpies to be incapacitated.
Right.
When they stop singing, the spell is broken, charm is broken.
Okay. So with that, I will lock eyes on the one closest, which I believe was doing the singing. And I'll just throw off a little ice knife, 3rd level, at it. Am I close enough? Which one was it? The
Okay.
green one, or
The red, and the red
Yeah,
and the blue are the ones currently singing.
okay, I'll go for the red one then. Cool, I don't need to move. There we go. 16.
Is a hit. Yeah.
Cool. It also needs to make a dex saving throw as well.
Excellent. Terrible. 11 on the save.
Cool, so it takes 3 piercing, and then when it
Yeah.
explodes, it takes 16 cold damage.
Very nice. You watch as this just impacts into the side of a harpy, and you can see it is this horrible feathered beast, which almost has a body which is similar to a sort of humanoid body, although the legs curl up and have that unusual twist back and forward that you see birds have. Its face is not at all humanoid. It is horrible, sort of beak and tooth. These horrible gnarled brows have these sharp little pointed eyes. The knife slams into the side of it, and you watch as the head spins around and shrieking as the knife explodes and does a good bit of damage, but it continues to sing.
Cool. I think I will try and also move lower if possible. I'll say to the griffin, let's go down and get ready to catch it when it falls. I'll kind of like sweep down a little bit, I guess, like here, but like down.
Then we need to put like a little marker on it to say how what height you are. You said down 10 feet, did you?
Yeah, 10, 20 feet, I guess. Pythagoras' theorem.
Well, that's
Cool.
just your height there. Was there anything else you want to do at all?
No, that'll be me. Yeah, I'll. Yeah, actually, I'll shout out. I'll say, guys, we gotta stop him singing, and then that'll be it.
Rumor, over to you.
Okay, so are they on the same level as us at the moment? They all, excuse me, roughly kind of 80 foot high with us?
Red and blue are.
Uh-huh.
The others are all at 70 foot.
Okay. Would you allow me to charge towards red, Astrofall out, and just kind of Valkyrie cut as best I can, just try and slash one of its wings?
Give me animal handling.
Yeah, okay. Not great. Yeah, no.
You try and usher the griffin to surge forward. It doesn't,
Mhm.
however. It continues to fly on. The griffin can move at 80 foot. However.
Okay.
Like,
But I'm not kind of gonna have. I'm guessing I'm not gonna have as much control to guide it where I want it, let alone charge it with that score.
well, it didn't respond to you trying to force it to fly faster. So you don't know how it's going to respond to you. You can certainly try and move towards that one, and you
Okay.
can feel like the muscles below you, around you, just tensing up, and you can just hear this griffin shriek as you move forwards.
Yep. Well, some bugger just lost all of his 3 javelins. So. Okay. Let's have a look. I will. Okay. No, it's not going to work. Because he's not a person. I would like to try and maneuver closer. Whether it's a charge or whether it's just try and kind of... I'd just like to kind of yank on the reins as much as I can and just try and move within range of one of the griffins. Just so I can try and land an attack.
With it, okay. You can. The griffin will move forward enough to get you right up to the hub. You can move it all, so you've got full access to moving that token.
Okay. So, depending... Ooh. Fell off. The griffin moves and I don't. Yeah, if you allow me to, I'd like to just try and position myself within range of the griffin and just try and swing towards it, just try and clip its wings.
Okay. Are you trying to do that yourself with your sword, are you?
Yes.
So, roll to attack.
15?
Is a hit. Yeah.
Marvellous.
Actually, you know what? Just trying to work out whether you should be at disadvantage or not.
As I was going to wonder this, because technically Astrofall is a two-handed weapon.
But just not just that, but also this is completely unfamiliar type of battle for you.
Sure.
I think you've already failed your dex check to just fly the beast as well. Are you really going to be swinging a big ass sword on it?
I'd have to. I've got powerful thighs to grip the griffin.
Are you a
I
muscle
think
woman?
you're going to have to be. I think you're going to have to be a disadvantage person.
No, that's reasonable.
I just looked it up.
Roll a
It says
second.
there's no inherent disadvantage when fighting from the back of a foot.
Well, who?
Specific circle. Yeah, for you, I would
Ahead of
say
his own
there
griffin.
will be a disadvantage. There is
Sorry,
disadvantage.
If that is disadvantage, bountiful luck.
Thank you. I'll re-roll that one. Oh, it's not much better. It's a 12.
12 does hit.
It's not a crit fail.
Yeah. Sorry, does 12 hit or no?
Mm-hmm.
12 does hit. Okay. Do you want to take the previous damage then?
What was the damage? Sorry.
It was 13.
13. Beautiful. Okay, so you take a slice out and you watch as some feathers go flying off it. You shear off a part of its wing there. It looks like it's struggling to keep its height. It's really badly injured, and you can see there is blood trickling down it. It looks like kind of almost purple-colored blood. In fact, it's not red, but it's still maintaining its height. It's still maintaining its place.
I'll hold the reins of the griffin. Oh, no, I won't. But I'll hold the griffin with my thunderous thighs, and just go, whoa, steady.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. You can feel that the beast that you're mounted on wants to fight. You can feel it, like tensing up and preparing itself.
Okay.
So it's up to you if you want to use your time, your action, to try and command it to attack for you.
Yeah, I will. I'll push Astrofall, and I'll just try and guide it, and I'll just let the griffin kind of take a bite or a claw, or I'll let it take an attack.
Since you moved in so quick, bank to the side slightly. You're going to suddenly hold on its claws reach out and attack. So it's going to be a +6 to hit from the claws. So if you can roll to hit for the griffin.
What? Just a normal D20? You wanting? So 19
19 does hit.
total. 19 total.
19 does hit. Yeah.
Okay.
So
What's the damage?
with
What's the damage like?
griffin, roll 2d6 plus 4.
Sorry, 2D. You broke up there.
2d6 plus 4.
2d6.
Throw this up.
So 9 total.
9 points. The griffin latches its claws into the body of the harpy, and you watch as the two claws grip on either side of its sort of chest and onto its wing, and you see the talons. Well, you feel the talons are digging into it, and it just tears the harpy in half, and it just falls down dead to starts to plummet through the air. So, Keck, I think you were charmed by that one. The charm breaks, which is useful since it's now your turn. I don't think there's anything else which you needed to do there, was there, Roman?
No, that's it. I'm just, yeah, congratulating the griffin on a job well done.
You now find your senses return to you, Keck. Suddenly you're aware that you're up in the air once again. The mountainside, far, far below you. What would you
Yeah.
like to do?
So the griffin attacks. I take our action as its own separate a bonus action to ask it to do its attack or to move.
Take one of your actions to try and command it to attack.
What I might do first is where are you?
We should have had
Fourth
Roman
level.
roll another nature check, and I forgot. We're going to have to do that from now on.
I'm gonna
If you want to have the griffin do something for you, we'll need to roll a nature check.
I'm not this time round. First, I'm going to
Mine
do
loves me.
spiritual weapon next to the blue one.
Mhm.
And it has an attack as soon as it spawns in next to it. This will take my action 16 to hit.
See if I can find a weapon. What is your spiritual weapon that you're summoning?
It'll basically be any kind of. It'll probably be like a big stick with a frozen chunk of ice on it this time round with the current environment.
Icy stick.
It'll always take an earthly look, be it a stone mallet, a wooden tree trunk.
All
This
I've got.
case, a gnarled root of ice cube on it.
What? I'll give you. Give you access to this. Right, put that wherever you want. That is your.
So be there. Yeah, it's just swung down on its head as it's come into being and does 16 to hit.
16 to hit is a hit. So roll your damage on it.
13 force.
So the weapon suddenly materializes and spears through the harpy's leg, and you watch it shriek, cutting the song for a slight second before it immediately continues. Was there anything else you want to do?
I think for now, 'cause that takes my full action to do that in a minute. In terms of movement, how far away am I from the? Probably put myself more towards behind Romok.
Yeah.
Don't you want the animal handling for movement as well, or just?
No, you're not trying to make it doing any unusual activity there. So that's okay.
Cool. Yeah, that's me then.
Okay, so you bank across. Hezekiah, who we've just lost, and someone just pick up the reins from Hezekiah, so to speak.
I don't know what you do.
He said, should he need to
Dead.
leave before his turn, level 3 conjure animals for 2 giant eagles.
I don't
you
want to
want
be
to
responsible for doing that.
He's going to summon to right. What do? Does he need to roll anything? I don't think he needs to roll anything.
No, I think you decide what creatures they are, though, right?
Get eagles. I'm okay with him having eagles. Let me see if I've got any eagles. That's what I have in mind. Oh, no. Eagle. What? That size. Who's going to run Hezekiah's character? The movement on him, the Griffin, and the Eagles. I'll
It's
give
done in the
access. All
past.
I've given access to all of you on this Eagle. So whoever wants to do it has got a chance. I'm gonna bring these Eagles in here for now. If you want them to go anywhere else, anyone who wants to take ownership of it, you're able to do that within the range of summoned creatures, whatever that is.
Anyone else?
Just trying to look it up now. Ranges. 60 foot.
Okay, so 60 foot of Hezekiah. Oh, switch the line. He'd be going for the blue one.
Oh.
So probably there for the Conjuring.
Yeah, okay. So they have got a health pool of 26 points and 30 AC.
Ooh.
Right. Okay. So he summoned those. Does he get anything else he can do? Does anyone know? Has anyone got his character sheet up?
He'd have bonus actions, but what exactly? I don't. Top of my head.
Hezekiah, having cast those, would you like to move him some?
I don't know what
Range
to do.
to... He said it'd go between twin,
Go beneath twin, yeah.
and that's...
The Griffins can move 80 foot flying speed.
So we've put him sort of between by Twin and Romok. I think that's sort of where he said he wants to be.
We'll leave that for now.
Hold on, let me just actually and double check his.
Yeah. Let me know if there is anything else you want to do.
The Eagles act straight away after his turn, don't they? So we roll their attack.
Okay, what are they going to do then?
They would go for the harpy that has got Twin under their spell.
So they'll both move in and do their attack. The Eagles get multi-attack. They can make 2 attacks. One with its beak and talons. Just out of curiosity, if I leave the Roll20 page, does it stay up for everyone else with all the music going and everything?
You should do, yeah.
So that's the details on the Eagle, but on there.
So Hezekiah's bonus actions are summon his wildfire spirit, which amazingly does have a fly speed. Well, hover. I don't suppose hover would really work here, would it? Because it's just off the ground.
Hover in place. It's okay. It's not going to move anywhere. The wildfire. Doesn't specify a height, does it? So
That'd be the multi-attack for the Eagle. 12 to hit on both of them.
12 to hit on both is enough. Yeah, they'll both hit. So do your damage on the Eagle's attacks.
3d6 plus 6. Make it quick. 10. On the first Eagle, that is.
Good attack and tears out sections of flesh on it. Which keeps singing. Stays a lot.
So if he doesn't drop, the second Eagle will try the same thing.
Yeah, okay. So that Eagle will come in and do the same attack.
20 and 9 to hit.
The 20 does hit.
Okay, so that's the 1d6, which is 4 plus 3 is 7 points damage.
7. The harpy is looking really bad and ragged now, as it gets battered back and forth between the talons and the beaks of these 2 eagles. It's still in the air and it's still singing, but it's really looking bad.
I'll leave the flame seed for now because there's a bit of iffiness regarding it.
Okay.
Wildfire spirit. We'll leave that one.
Yeah. Okay. So in that case, we'll move on to Jasper.
Okay. Jasper will stick with his bread and butter and cast Hypnotic Pattern. Covering it's a 30-foot square. So just missing the eagles, but getting all 4 of the harpies there. DC 16 Wisdom saving throws, or they become incapacitated and their speed drops to 0.
DC 60. Saving throws. Is it what stat is it under? Sorry.
Wisdom.
Okay.
I'll put it up.
The first one, the blue dot, had a 12, yellow had a 3, orange has a 15, and 8. So 2 of them.
It's DC 16, so whatever their modifier would be.
They have no modifier, actually. So, yeah, they've all failed. They've all
Okay.
fallen.
So, if their speed drops to 0, does that mean they fall out of the sky?
Yes.
Lovely.
Yeah, you have charmed them, basically, haven't you? Now, let me just read this.
Yes.
Double check. A spell save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed by the spell, the creature is incapacitated as speed. Incapacitated. Incapacitated. Does that class as not flapping? That's a tricky one.
Incapacitated, they generally just can't move completely.
Yeah.
My personal argument, a bit biased, would be that they fall and die.
It would stop. It would stop flying. It's going to fall 70 and 80 feet as well. Yeah, they are dropping. They are dropping from the sky.
Lovely. I'll call out to the others and say, let them fall. Target the other one.
And Twin, as
The
this
one
happens
to
as
the
well,
north.
song stops, and you get your senses.
Amazing.
So we then move over to Was there anything else you were going to do, Jasper?
No, aside from telling everyone to just focus on the one up in the sort of north corner.
Perfect. Okay. So over to you then, Twin, as you are now no longer bound by the spell's charm.
Okay. As I've just as I woke up from the charm and heard Jasper shout to pay attention to one up north. What was the flying speed? 80, did you say?
80. Yes.
Yeah. So I'll try and usher my griffin towards that one.
Okay.
Do I need to do animal handling?
If you're not trying to, no, only if you were going to try and make it dash, I would have asked you to.
Oh, okay, yeah. I am going to try and make it attack, though.
Okay. Okay, you want it to attack? That's fine. Can you roll a nature check?
Nature.
Yes. Sorry, animal handling. Sorry, I meant. Sorry.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, so you get to. I put the stats up earlier, so you get a multi-attack, beak and claw.
That's the Eagles, multi-target Griffin. Oh, it is Griffon. Okay, that makes sense. But I couldn't find Griffin earlier.
Griffon.
Yeah, you said multi-attack the Griffon, but when I was searching D&D Beyond for a Griffin to put in like a mount, all that was coming up was Griffons, not Griffin. 2 attacks. Okay, so I need to do 1, so 20 die. Has that rolled?
Yes. So you have 16. Which is a hit.
Yeah,
So you
16
can
plus
move
5,
your
that's
token all the way
21.
up. Got full access to that token. Be up to it.
Oh, yep. Uh,
So roll your damage on that.
1d6 plus 3. That's the beak attack.
So is it 3 plus 3?
1d6.
Is it?
Yeah, 3 plus 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
An 11 just.
11 plus 6. So that's 17
Yep. You're good. You're
to
good.
hit. Okay, and then 2d6 plus 4. So d6 for 2. And so 11 plus 4, 15. Sorry, plus 3,
So-
plus 3, plus 3, plus 3, 14.
So the griffin tears up through the sky, straight down towards this harpy, and immediately starts to bite and slash at it with its talons. And you see feathers are squirting, are shedding off from it. Blood is squirting out, and it starts to shriek and it twirls its long neck around, so it's now looking directly over the shoulder of the griffin, as it's now fighting for its life against this big beast. Was there anything else you want to do?
Is there anything I can do? Or is all my action gone on to doing
You can
what
do
I've done on the Griffin?
a movement. I would say your griffin is quite powerful and is going to do a lot. So if you're asking your griffin to take over the fight, that's but you can do any movements. Or any bonus actions that are not like an attack, I would say.
Okay, yeah, I've only got, to be fair, I might do the... no, I've got nothing that will be... No, nothing. All good.
So we move over to this harpy down here, who is now falling. In 6 seconds, how far would they? How far does it? It instantly descends up to 500 feet during the first round of falling. Okay, so it's going to impact on the ground. So fall damage is 1d6 for every 10 feet. And that one was 70. So it is going to take 27 points of bludgeoning damage as it slams into the rocks down below. You watch as the harpy impacts, feathers suddenly burst out from it, but it shakily starts to get back to its feet. And let's see, what's its decision going to be? Okay. It doesn't take off again. It stays down on the ground. It's quite badly damaged out. We move into the next harpy, which is the one over by you, Twin. This one is going to do a multi.
Willie, just make your way. We can see your rolls as well. Don't know if you realised.
Oh, can you?
Yes.
all hit. This is going to go for a multi-attack against you. It's coming in claws. 2 claw attacks is coming in. So, does a 15 hit?
No.
It does. The second one was even lower than that, so it missed on both those attacks. It is going to go into a dive at that point as well, and try and drop under you, so it's going to drop 10 feet. Griffin will get an opportunity attack. Roll an attack with its claws.
Nat 20, baby.
Roll your damage.
What is it? The claws. So that was 2d6.
Yeah.
So is that going to be the full 12 plus another roll, or are we just doing?
Yeah, we'll do that as well.
Okay.
So full damage plus whatever the roll is.
So it'd be 12 plus 4 plus whatever I've just rolled.
And as it tries to dive under you, the griffin takes the opportunity, airs talons into the back of the harpy as it goes under. It hooks its talons into its eye sockets and pulls it back. And as it does so, its other claws come in and it rips down the front of its throat, just tearing it all open. This purple blood just spilling out below. It releases it and drops the dead harpy to fall to the ground.
Gosh.
And then we come in for the final harpy. That one there, which is also knocked out, is going to plummet down and take 17 points of bludgeoning damage. Let's see what's this. It's going to take flight again, and it's going to start coming back up. Doesn't look as badly damaged as the other one was, and it starts to flap its wings and start to take up the air once. It's going to only get 20 feet up from there. So that one's good. Right. That's the end of the round there. You're all watching as these harpies are getting ripped up and torn and dropped, and suddenly you hear another noise. A deep roar echoes across the valley, and you see large shadows suddenly lurch out of the broken rocks and trees that are further away. You see a large, what looks like a lion, winged, large, very toothy mouth is open and roaring as it surges up into the ground.
Chimera.
But that's where we're going to call a close.
Oh, don't bring up that scene. Why? No. Why would you do this?
It is what it is.
That
It is what it
scene.
is.
We can't go on any longer. Yeah, you have guys coming at you.
Yeah, I brought up a different chimera.
Okay.
You know, man.
Yeah, that chimera. That broke me, that one.
Broke a lot of people.
Roll a nature check. Roll a nature check. Roll one for Hezekiah as well.
Has Hawk seen Fullmetal Alchemist? Yes or no?
Ooh, why is there a lion flying?
13 for Hezekiah,
Locke
and then
and
12.
Robert. Locke and Robert, you have both heard of these creatures. Everyone else, unfortunately, does this, but you look at this flying lion type creature, it immediately clicks in your head, oh shit, that has got to be a manticore.
Ooh.
But we will come back to this
Gnarly.
in the next game.
Awesome.
That's cool.
But I guess we'll figure it out in the week, right?
We should all be back for next week. Even Hezekiah, I think, is in.
Okay, cool.
But I think it's the ones after that where he won't be.
Yeah, I think it's next. Yeah, the next one he's traveling.
Okay.
The only one coming up I'm definitely not going to be around for isn't until the end of October.
As always, we'll keep you posted when things change.
I'm good until then.
Yeah, if anything changes, I'll let you guys know.
Awesome. All right. Well, you are currently on Griffin mounts and having an aerial combat for the first time ever. So interesting.
If we fall, we die.
If you fall, it's going to. Yeah, there we go.
Cheers, Woody.
Cheers.
Have a
Alright.
good night, everyone. I'm going to shoot a bed.